is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing my June book haul. I was not going to be buying a lot of books this month because my husband and I are going on our honeymoon in August and we're supposed to be saving a little bit of money. However, I somehow still have 23 books here. Some of these I bought like June 1st because we were having employee appreciation at my store, so we had a little bit more of an employee discount than normal. And then some of the other ones I had coupons, and my husband is an enabler. Completely. We went to the bookstore just the other day and he helped me carry around my books instead of telling me, hey, we don't need these. So I have plenty of things to show you guys today. Let's just jump right on into it. Maybe next month I won't buy as much. The first book I have here is the Barnes & Noble Classics edition of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I absolutely love Little Women. I actually read it the first time in high school, and so I do think I need a reread eventually, but I love the Barnes & Noble Classics editions. These are those nice sort of like leather-bound classics. I have a shelf up here that is pretty much just filled with these, and I really just like Little Women. I have not read the other two books in here, which are going to be Little Men and Jo's Boys, but I do believe they're all in the same series. These are just really, really gorgeous editions. I had a coupon for 30% off of one through my Barnes & Noble membership card, and they were having a sale for buy one, get one half off. So I'll show you the other one in just a second, but these ones just have like really pretty end papers and really, really pretty designs. I love these. And so the second one I purchased is the Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Other Stories by Lewis Carroll. This is a huge brick of a book because it has so many stories in here, but both of these books were originally $25. With my member card, the coupon, and the sale they had going on, I think I actually got both of these for like $27. So I got one for basically free. How was I supposed to say no to that? But again, these are super, super cute editions of the book. I believe this one also has, yeah, super cute end papers. And this one does have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Alice Through the Looking Glass. I believe there are poems and stories, and some of this is even like prologues to plays. It is just like a lot of stuff that Lewis Carroll did all in one volume, so I love this. Then we're going to get into the graphic novels that I purchased. I only have a couple of these. The first one is actually Hex 11 Volume 2. This is from a Kickstarter that I helped fund in, I believe it was like December or January. And so this one just finally came in because Kickstarter does take a little while to get to us. This one is going to be signed from the creators, and it has some extra little like goodies in there as well. Hex 11 is a book that is written and drawn by Lisa K. Weber and Kelly Sue Milano. This is an amazing world where magic and technology are pretty much hand in hand. This world discovered magic through technology, so people can actually control magic themselves if they have the right technological advancements and add-ons and that kind of thing. I absolutely love this book. I really like the whole art style of it as well as the plot points that are in this one. I did a video earlier this month of me marathoning some of my graphic novels and comics, and I went into more depth with this, so if you're interested in that, I'm going to link that down below. Then I also picked up The Wicked and the Divine Volume 6, Imperial Phase Part 2. This is by Kieran Gillen. I have not read this one yet, but I did like the Wicked and Divine series, and the whole series premise is pretty much that like every, I think, 100 years or so, gods are reincarnated into people's bodies, so usually like they're teenage-ish, and there are just like crazy things happening. The first volume does start off a little bit confusing because you sort of just jump right into the story, and I didn't know a whole bunch of backstory to the characters or even the world events that happen with the whole like gods being reincarnated sort of thing. But this is a really, really fun ride. Obviously, I picked up Volume 6, so I have been loving it, and I will get to this hopefully soon. And then we're going to be moving right along into manga. I have Princess Jellyfish Volume 8 and Volume 9. Volume 9 is the one that is most recent. I believe it came out at the very beginning of this month. And these are the last 2 volumes in the Princess Jellyfish series. I love this series. I do need to finish reading them, but it is just a super cute series. It follows a girl named Tsukimi, who is part of a house where only girls are allowed to live there, but not only that, they all seem to have geeky qualities. They all have an obsession with something that's a little bit off the beaten path, and Tsukimi's biggest fear is like fashionable women. One day she does go out to a pet store and is looking at jellyfish that are there, hence the Princess Jellyfish. That's like her obsession, and she meets a very fashionable woman while she is there. This does deal with a guy character who is cross-dressing, and this is from Japan, so the way that it's portrayed is a little bit different than here in the States, but I still really, really love this. It has great romance elements, and I am ready to finish this shortly. And then another one that actually just came out this week is the Tokyo Tarareba Girls. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it is actually by the same author as Princess Jellyfish, which is Akiko Higashimura. This one here is supposed to be something that is dealing with female friendship. Also, I believe our main character in this is going to be in her 30s and hasn't had very much romance in her life. So this is going to be another sort of awkward love story sort of thing. But I've heard a lot of reviews for this say that it is a lot about their friendship. So I'm very, very excited for this one, especially since Princess Jellyfish is done. Then I also picked up Mermaid Boys Volume 1. This is by Yomi Sarachi. This is all about a mermaid who falls in, or a merman I guess, that falls in love with a human, and because he's not really supposed to be around the human world, gets sort of put in prison for it. He escapes with the help of like an Ursula sort of character from The Little Mermaid, and ends up going out to the human world, becomes a human, and I think he has to fall in love with her or have her fall in love with him within a certain time frame, but otherwise he's going to turn into sea foam. So this is a sort of like gender bent, slightly quirky take on The Little Mermaid, so I obviously had to pick it up. The next one I picked up is Wotakoi, Love is Hard for Otaku Volume 2. This is by Fujita. I read the first volume of this, I want to say 1 to 2 months ago. It started off a little bit weird for me, but I eventually really, really liked it, and so this is the second volume. I am very interested to see what will happen next. This is all about otaku who sort of work together, and our main girl and main guy decide to form a relationship because she has been having a hard time relating to normal people, but they also don't really have too much romantic cutesy things going on yet because they're very awkward about it. They're not sure if this is a good relationship for them, but it is something to do because they weren't really connecting with other people. So this is a very awkward sort of love story, but I'm very excited to read this one. And then one series that I picked up that I'm gonna blame my husband for this because he was there with me and he didn't stop me, is going to be Waiting for Spring. I purchased all 1 through 6 volumes that are currently out. I do believe Volume 7 will be out later this year. This is by Anishin, I'm pretty sure. This just sounds like a really, really cute, like, shoujo manga sort of story. This follows a girl who I don't know if she's new in the high school or not, but she ends up making friends with, like, a bunch of guys from the basketball team. And so we just have, like, super cute covers on these. That was the very first thing that caught my eye. I am very drawn to the type of art styles that some of these books have, and so I'm very excited for these. I've heard that it is amazing and it's super cute, and I really, really love the sort of like Japanese reverse harem manga stories where you have this one girl and she has a bunch of guys that are surrounding her who are either like friends or trying to protect her and that kind of thing, and just like super cute. I am so excited for this. So I'm inserting this the very next day because I actually went to work and bought 4 more manga volumes. I purchased Horimiya Volume 11. This is by Hiro and Daisuke Hagiwara. This is the 11th volume in this manga. The first volume introduces us to Hori and Miyamura. They are characters that have different aspects to their personality. When they are at school, they are like completely different people, and they end up having a sort of like friendship and then relationship because they learned about their like hidden personality. This is just a really, really cute sort of shoujo manga set in high school. I also picked up the 3rd volume of A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School. This is by Mai Tanaka. This is the 3rd volume in a series about a teacher who is pretty much scared of like supernatural creatures, but also ends up teaching at a school where the students are ghouls and monsters and that kind of thing. I have actually not started reading this yet, but I am very interested. It seems super cute, and obviously I was buying other manga, I had to pick this one up. And then a book that you saw actually earlier in this haul, because I bought it around the very beginning of June, I have the 2nd volume now of Mermaid Boys. This is by Yomi Sarachi. And then I picked up this behemoth of a manga. I'm pretty sure this is the entire thing, but it is stupid love comedy. This is by, oh goodness, Su Sakurai. I think the family name is getting to me a little bit, but this is supposed to be a super cute manga about a girl who works at a place that I guess publishes manga, and she's sort of lazy and everything, but then she gets a new editor there who I believe is this guy who is sort of going to help her stay on track, but I believe there is also romance in this as well. I just thought this was super cute. This one I think just came out today, and so I had to pick it up. It has like the whole thing in one, which is great. I love manga bind-ups, and so I obviously had to pick that up as well. And now back to the original video. And then we're going to get into the actual books that I bought for this month. The first one is The Surface Breaks by Louise O'Neill. This is one that I purchased off of Book Depository because I believe this is only in the UK for right now. This is a nice short little hardcover, but this is another sort of Little Mermaid retelling. And this also is gorgeous here, but I really, really love the fact that it has something under the dust jacket. I absolutely love it when books do that, so I'm very excited for this one. Then I also picked up Sparrow Hill Road. This is by Shauna McGuire. This is the first in a series, I believe, that is like sort of like ghost story-ish. The 2nd book should be coming out, I believe, either in paperback or hardcover in the next month or so, but this is following a girl who was killed in I think 1950, and she is like still running from something or running towards something or doesn't know she's dead or something like that, but this sounded just like a really, really nice ghost story. It reminds me a lot of like the older like urban legends that you sort of hear when you're younger, and so I like Shauna McGuire. I decided this would be a really fun one to give a try. Then we also have Free Chocolate by Amber Royer. This is one that I'm currently reading. Not liking it so far. We'll see how it goes, and I will talk about it more in my wrap-up. But this is supposed to be a space opera meets soap opera, and the whole like premise of it is that chocolate is an export from Earth that you cannot get other places. This is like the one thing from Earth that is impossible to get. And so you can only get chocolate bars, you can't grow your own chocolate, there's this whole conspiracy with it, and it's supposed to follow our main character who is Latina, and so she is bilingual, and she decides to like help steal chocolate seeds, like cocoa pods, to help bring chocolate to the rest of the galaxy. Like I said, we'll talk about this more in my wrap-up. However, I am not liking some of the things that are happening in this book. I don't think it is quite billed the right way because it does take forever to start. But I really love this cover. That was the main reason I bought the book. It reminded me of like Mass Effect because we have our like human characters and our alien characters, and it is just so gorgeous. I had to pick it up. It wasn't super expensive. It was like $13 for the paperback, which is a little bit rare for adult paperbacks. They're usually a little bit more. But this was a sci-fi book that I thought I wanted. Then I also picked up the Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. This is a romance novel that sounded super interesting to me. It is by an Asian author, and I'm pretty sure it has an Asian main character. If not, it has at least a half Asian love interest in here. But our main character has Asperger's, which is on the autism spectrum. Our author is also supposed to have this. So this is an Own Voices novel. And the main character here has never really had a romantic relationship and hasn't really learned how to flirt or start a romantic relationship. So in order to do that, she hires an escort, and I guess fun romance stuff ensues. I am very excited for this one, so I obviously had to pick it up. I love the cover on this, and I'm just so excited to have this. And because I purchased that one and also told a coworker about it, she recommended The Hating Game to me by Sally Thorne, so I obviously had to pick it up. Part of the reason she recommended this to me is the cover color was very similar, but also this is supposed to be a like enemies to lovers sort of relationship, and I absolutely love that. I don't know much else about it. I think they're like rivals at some sort of job, but it sounded really good. I've heard really good reviews for it, and it's been on my radar for a little while, so I obviously had to pick it up when she told me how much she loved it. And then finally, I picked up the box set for To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. I have been meaning to read this for a while now, and so now I have the whole trilogy. This is written again by an Asian author and has an Asian protagonist, which I absolutely love. If an author is Asian or if they have characters in their book who are Asian, it's almost like an insta-buy for me. I just really like that in my life. But I really wanted to read this. It's been on my radar for a while, and I just, for whatever reason, haven't. But the trailer came out for the Netflix movie within the last week, I want to say, and so I absolutely had to pick this up because I want to read these before I watch the movie. I believe the movie comes out in August, so I need to get on this. But I'm super excited to have these. And that was everything. My gigantic pile of books that I said I was not going to buy this month. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Leave me a comment down below if you guys have read any of these. I would love to hear your opinions on some of them. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I do have videos up every Monday and Thursday, so I will see you then. Bye!